Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 14 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. So, as usual, what am I worth now? 9.1 billion ISK. So, we'll go into the details. At 9.1 billion ISK, I bought 6 blueprint this week, so I completed my gun collection with large guns. So now I have every types of large gun, hybrid, projectile, and energy. Still not into missile, but wanted to complete the collection. I did slow a little bit on the progression side. I made my billion, but after that I was spending money because as you can see here, I've been pimping out my old Hyperion with a PvP fit just to go roam around low sec and have fun. So what else? My profit this week again, mostly incursion. Getting a little bit bored of running the same incursion site, but it's good money, so that's what I'll keep making my billion a week, and I'm stopping after that. I would say if I would be running incursion full time, I would be making about 3 billion a week. But I mean, I couldn't handle that for too long. I would just get so bored. 1 billion and then stopping, it's pretty, I mean, it's the kind of grind I can handle without getting too upset about it. So what happened this week? Well, the market changed. I've talked about it last week, and the more I'm seeing it, it had an impact on the way I used to trade. I'm getting stockpile, and these are like large undercutter that I'm buying out to try and keep my margin high. But then again, I'm only buying them like if it's I'm not like investing hundreds of millions to buy stockpiles of stuff that I don't need. But when somebody's like putting a 20 order on the market with something that's like close to my build cost, I'm buying him out just to keep the margin safe. You're seeing more and more aggressive undercutting with the market that are already at pretty low margin in my area. So I might have to look into. I mean, I was trying to do a lot of regional trade in essence, and now I'm doing more. I'm trying moving around a little bit and selling at other places. I don't even have to produce anymore because a lot of people are just selling below my production cost. So my factory are mostly idle for now. I haven't found enough stuff that are worth producing. Sometimes like I'll do one or two run, but I'm trying not to flood the market. So when there's something with a large margin, I'm just producing like little bit at a time and spreading out my sell order so that I don't crash the price. That's generally speaking. I think that the market in EVE, there's a lot of overproduction compared to the need, and I have my idea about how that could be fixed, but it's probably something that wouldn't be too popular. But the thing is, you need destruction in game. You need a way to remove stuff from the economy because there's just so much supply. But from one perspective, CCP probably like the price being low because people can afford to replace ship easily, so the impact of losing a ship aren't as bad. But for all the producer, it's hard to make a living producing. So the job that are really paying are the job that are based on actually collecting money from NPCs. So you will get money from incursion, you will get money from ratting mission, much more than you will get from actually selling stuff. And mining, because it is time consuming, so it's limited by the amount of time people invest. But most of the other jobs in the production chain are very low value added, and they're limited by slots. So there, I mean, people can just buy multiple accounts, and you see that with, and that's, I think it's even a strategy by them, because you see it with the new sale that they have, where you can get your Omega account plus extra character training slots. So they basically want you to start playing multiple player, and from their perspective it makes sense, because you're paying like 2 subscription to get there. Personally, I'm not a fan of that, so I'm at a point where I'm thinking of voting with my wallet and taking my business somewhere else. But anyway, I'm not there yet. What I've also been doing this week is I've been doing some heavy spreadsheet setup. So I did change this I already had, which was my refining spreadsheet, where I can get the mineral, my yield depending on my processing skills, and so I can use that one to say, is it better to sell the mineral or is it better to process? And right now I'm better processing. I got my PI spreadsheet. I got like T1 and T2. I need to finish T3 and T4, but so I can see the amount, the value in item, and the value of the item that you process. So is there a profit margin? And again, PI, except for certain item, you can, if you're just doing PI to get the passive income, there's some place where it's worth it to get your item to a higher tier, but there's place like you're actually losing money if you're putting your item to a higher tier. So there is, I mean, look it up. Don't automatically just upgrade your stuff. And if you're doing PI for money, check what is needed and what you can sell, because they're really like you see this one here, bacteria. From last time I've updated my prices, you could see that you can make like ton of margin selling the bacteria instead of the microorganism, but you would be better to sell plankton colonies instead of biomass. So I'm guessing people buy that and use it on their factory planet. I don't know, I haven't checked the volume though, so take that with a grain of salt. I set up my reaction. I haven't calculated if they were worth it or not, but just so I can get my price, and this will grow over time, so I can calculate like the profit value of it. Because the way you need to look at industry is, you can't just look at the value of the finished good. You have to look at every step if you're adding value or reducing value. And if there's a step where you're not adding value, then you need to do the math, calculate that would you be more efficient selling the good before doing, and buying buying the cheaper good to actually build the finished product. So you need to make sure that every step of industry you're making is making a profit. Like, don't refine if you're not adding value refining. Don't produce if you're not adding value producing. Same thing for invention, same thing. So if you can buy the component or the material for cheaper than what it would cost you to make, buy it. It just makes sense. Don't build stuff that doesn't need to be built. So I've had it. This one here, this is my invention part. So I've started looking at different blueprints. I haven't done it extensively, just that didn't get the time. I've been I think I told you I'm a manager at my work, so we've had a lot of work to do to set up the company to work from home, which we weren't used to. So I've been pulling longer hour at work, so I hadn't had time to update everything. But I'm starting to see like what I can see now is I'm calculating, like, if I'm building I'm starting, let's say, a Gatling railgun 1. It cost me 2 HISC to make a copy, and then I got a base 34%, and then according to the skill I'm using, so let's say if I'm like raising a Galante encryption to 4, you can see that my success chance will increase. And based on that success chance, I got an expected cost for a T2 BPO that will give me 10 runs. So that can give me a cost per run for my BPO. And I can use that on the T2 production side to calculate like how much a run will cost me, what's the value of the T1 item, and what's the value of the different item that I need for production, and how much money I would be making if I did that. So I would get like a total cost here of, for let's say I'm making a Gatling railgun 2, I would have a total cost of about 400,000. But if you can sell them in JITA for 250,000, so I mean, it's this one, you don't build it. And definitely, I mean, 27% is this is about where I start to think about producing it. I'm not what was it in Dragon Den UK, to see Solomon said I didn't get up for 20%, and that's kind of my limit. I'm not building stuff if I'm not getting at least 20%, because I'm not calculating tax in there, and I'm not calculating that I might have to fight on the market, so I might have to lower my prices. So if you're not making at least 20%, and the value of your time, so I mean, if you're not making 20%, just don't build it. I mean, it's not worth it. Do something else. You'll make more money. Go mining a rock, or just doing T3 or T4 mission. So anyway, so that's kind of my setup there, and also I've started calculating some components. I'm filling that up as I go, and when I get a blueprint that I want, I'm not like doing everything else, but I like to do that instead of using another software like ISK per hour, because for once I prefer to have like when I get like all my value here at the same time, and also I prefer to, when I write it myself, I get a better understanding of what is needed. So I'm personally getting more experience with the market as I'm doing that. So what else? I said I'm getting more blueprint, but then also I'm at a place where I need to find out what I'm gonna do with my money. I've been waiting for the moon mineral redistribution to go and scan where I could be putting a station for moon mining, and even that doesn't make much sense money wise. I'm just doing it because I can, because I will be losing money with it, but I would be playing with a station, and I want to do that. So it's just like personal enjoyment of having my own little flag on the map until somebody blow it up. but it doesn't make, I mean, I had a lot of offers. A couple of people sent me offer because they wanted me to like be a director in their corp and start to work production for them, and I've been offered to set me up in some nice stations. So I mean, I really enjoy. I appreciate that you guys think I could be helpful for your corporation, but the thing is, I play at my I play at my own hour. I don't want to be like, I don't want to have people that depend on me, and I'm pretty antisocial in game, I would say. Not that I'm antisocial, but because I like talking with people and everything, but I don't want to have people that depend on me, and I really, really, really don't want to manage people in game. My real life job is managing people. So when I'm at home, when I'm doing my hobby, the more F1 monkey I can be, the less I have to manage human being, the better I am. Number is not the same thing. Managing my production chain is just fun because the number, you don't have to deal with the drama with the number. So, but I really don't want to deal with the drama when I'm when I'm playing. So I don't have any interest in being like a manager in a corp or being heavily involved in a corp. So that's it. I mean, for me, is when I play, I just want to relax, and relaxing means not being too involved in corporation. I mean, when I do incursion, I just log on chat, I chat with people, and that's fun. But I mean, I'm just doing my own thing and following order, and that I'm pretty happy with that. So that's about it. So like I said, I wanted to see what I could do with my money to try and get a return on it, and I have tried to a station is a thing, but I will not get a big return on it. And so I've started looking at capital ship, because everybody say go to capital, and I'm saying okay, building industrial ship would make sense if I'm building an industrial empire, and I would need one eventually. I will need one eventually. So let's say for fun, I would try and build an obelisk. Well, I haven't done the full spreadsheet yet. I need to like complete it, but you can see that I would be losing money. With a fully researched blueprint, with a player station to build it, I could maybe make I won't even make 5%. So it's not worth it. And then you have to look at the component. And that is like, it's not a really good investment. So with a fully researched blueprint, with a low sec, because I'm not even thinking null sec, with a low sec manufacturing plant, I could like shave off get 14% increase. So it's like break even, losing money, losing a little money, a little profit here, but nothing to write home about. So I honestly don't understand why people build those. And that is like the maximum you can get with everything set up properly for the production is 15%. You will get 10% for the maximum research blueprint and 5% for building it in low sec with a player station with the right rigs. You won't get more than this. So you're gonna be making, you're not making any profits. I don't understand. So people, what I'm thinking is people you just have too many people that are not calculating the value of the mineral in their cost. So they're building it and they're saying, okay, well, I get my mineral for cheap because I can refine them. I'm efficient at refining. So instead of just selling the mineral, they're building stuff and flooding the market. At least that's how I understand it. Maybe I'm missing something, but so right now the market, I think my feeling is the market are overbuilt. How I would fix that if I was CCP, that the market, the thing is, you need to, you're adding money to the system with shooting in PC. You're adding stuff in the system, but you're not removing enough stuff. And one way you could be doing that is adding NPC order. Like the Concord police could be placing order to buy guns and add, and there, I mean, and that's just a general idea. You could have those occasional it should be something like it. Let's say pop an order for 100 railgun at one place, or pop it and make that random, so it's not always the same thing, and kind of like an OR anomaly or something like that. So if you're actively playing and looking for those, you could make money. You could make money with that, and that would remove goods from the market to keep the profit at a place where people could be making a profit. And that would be, but if you're doing that, you're injecting more money in the system because you're buying the guns. So you would need to have somebody compensate something in a way for people need to add more ISK faucet. So that would be one way to do that. And one ISK faucet that you could be doing is actually try and reduce the amount that are the people that are actually manufacturing. So maybe add like a manufacturing permit that you need for one type of gun if you're building or whatever. I mean, just brainstorming here. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about that. One thing I would have liked is something like, let's say you get what would be fun for an industrialist is to be able to build a brand that you apply to what you produce, and that brand could be giving bonus, but that thing would be like let's say whatever. Let's say you invest like 1 million in your brand, okay, whatever, and after that, whenever you apply your brand to your gun or whatever, you get 1% damage increase. But then you can get your brand to level 2, but getting it to level 2 would cost like 10 times more, but you get a 2% increase. And then like get 10 times more again for a 3% increase, and keep scaling that. So you would have like hardcore industrialists that would be investing a lot of money, taking a lot of money out of their system for small bonus, but they would do it because it would give their goods a competitive edge on the market. So let's say me personally, I've invested, and I mean the number would need to change. Balance that out. I mean, I'm not doing it. It's just the general idea. But let's say personally, I invest 10 million in my brand. Well, I'm getting 4%. So if you're saying a Tanak made gun, give 4% bonus, it might be worth it to pay a little extra for that. So you would be, but that would not be like more efficient producing. That would be a little more effective result. So you would get a permanent edge as a long-time investor that is building your brand, but at the price of being a huge ISK faucet. Because say, poof, now you're in the billion, and you can easily go like a billion, 10 billion, and that would actually be a way to remove massive amount of money for a small bonus. But real industrialists would jump on that, and then you just add a process of branding your weapon. So you just take your stack of railgun, put it there, and stamp your brand on it, and that's it. And they get the bonus. That's just an idea that I was having. So anyway, that's like my reflection. So I'm just thinking, like brainstorming about the system, because that's what I like to do. That's my meta reflection right now. So what else? Well, that's about it. I didn't play, like I said, as much. I've been playing. I've been working a little more this week, and my wife is having me play Final Fantasy 14 with her. So I've been running a few dungeons in Final Fantasy 14 with my wife. Because happy wife, happy life. Even if it's not my favorite game in the world, but I enjoy it. I still enjoy it. It's pretty fun, and it's fun to be able to play duo. We also started a character to play with my 8-year-old daughter, so that's pretty fun with 3 of us that are playing together. So what else? That's about it. Oh yeah, I've at the point where I can redo the Sister of Eve mission. So I've started it. I'm probably gonna have it finished by tomorrow. I'm just redoing the arc just so I can get like crank up my Calgary State reputation. The idea I was having is I want to try and maybe I'll start to run mission to crank my faction up in Jita, so I'm able to buy stuff there and process there at low cost. So that's kind of my reflection for now. So that's about it. So I hope you guys have fun. So this week, the plan for next week is incursion to get 1 million, finish my Sister of Eve arc, and then if the moon mining redistribution comes around, I would need to be scouting for a place to put my station, negotiating with the local mafia to get some protection so that I don't get shut down, and after that still trying to find a place to make money in the market, but I'm not hopeful about that. I'm at the point where I think that Eve production chain is just too optimized to make good money out of it. I can see making money with trade easily, huge money with trade. Can see making money with shooting down NPC. Can see making some money mining. Production is pocket change compared to all of those other things. From what I'm seeing right now, and especially with the new market change. So, but hey, still having fun exploring it. So maybe I'm just missing some part of it. But the more I learn about the chain, the more I'm seeing that it is meant as a side business, and it is designed to make you invest in multiple characters so you can get multiple building slot and more PI and more. So it is all set up to make you purchase, to make you get multiple account to Omega. That's my perception of it after 3 months in game. Could be wrong. I'm not. Sometimes I don't pretend that I know everything about this game. I'm not a long time veteran, but I've been studying the system pretty heavily in the past 3 months, and that's how I'm seeing it as of now. But still, I'm not abandoning the series. I'm still having fun in game, but I might. I get enough money now to be starting to do stuff for fun. So like this thing, like pimping out my Hyperion to go roam in low sec and stuff like that. That can help me pass the time and still have fun in game. So anyway. Talk to you guys later, and have fun, enjoy the week, wash your hand, and that's it. Bye bye.